everybody, what's up? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to go over a couple of currency pairs, how the market is evolving as we're in the middle of the week. Unfortunately, we couldn't have a live webinar as we always do. I was caught up in some things, so we're going to go over how the market is actually evolving. So we're going to start off from the daily. As you can see here, we're on the daily. This is the DXY, the US dollar currency index. And we can see that the bulls are crazily strong, man. Like the bulls are taking over by sheesh. All right. Our bias, obviously, we were long-term bullish after we anticipate to see prices, tap here before we actually see them buy. Currently today we had some fundamentals on the US dollar. Obviously, most of them went in the favor of the US dollar. As you can see, it became very, very strong, pushing higher, very, very high. So my bias is still anticipating to see prices kind of retrace here before we take that leap. And the reason for that is because if you look at the structure is still bearish. Like, look at this. Prices came here, created this low, created this high, created a lower low, and then now prices are still below that lower high, right? Below this high. So what I'm anticipating to see is that prices will push lower before it actually takes off. However, if prices do break above here, then we'll be looking for buys. But so far, I'll still be anticipating to see prices sell. But although we can see that the bulls are very, very strong right now, the bulls are very, very strong. So I'm not really going to be looking for any sell trades from the DXY in the near future. So if we look at it from the 240, from the 4 hours, you can see this is what's happening, right? Prices broke below this structure and then just pushed higher all the way up there. Right now they're approaching this structure here, right? And that's where I'm actually anticipating to see kind of rejections or retracements from. From this part, right? This is where I'm anticipating to see kind of rejections from. So we'll actually just be waiting to see how they'll play out. Kind of that, So, and the reason also I'm saying that I'm anticipating to see bears still take over the US dollar is because if you look at the JPY, it's also still pushing higher, right? Obviously, and we understand that the US dollar and the Japanese yen are inversely correlated. So if one is going up, the other has to be going down, and vice versa. Obviously on the dollar here, on the JPY, we can see today's candle is strongly bullish, very, very strongly bullish. And I'm anticipating to see these prices keep on pushing higher on this index, right? The reason for this, why I think the JPY will keep on pushing higher rather than not the DXY, two reasons. One, the JPY is already in a bullish trend, so this is just a continuation. Unlike the DXY, that's in a downtrend, so this one here will be a reversal, right? It's easy for a pair to continue rather than reverse, so that's why I'm putting my odds on the JPY. The second reason is because JPY is bullish and DXY is bullish, right? Same of them, and one has to be inverse to the other. So you have to actually compare the two and see who is stronger. And you can only do that by looking at a pair that has both the dollar and the Japanese yen, which is USD JPY. Now, if we look at USD JPY, what's happening here? We can see that the prices are showing today's candle was bearish, meaning the US dollar was weaker than the Japanese yen. That's why the Japanese yen pushed the dollar lower, right? So that means the Japanese yen is actually stronger than the dollar today. So in putting it in that context means that this right here, this bullish move, is actually weaker than this bullish move. So that means in the long run, I'll be anticipating to see this bullish move keep on going higher because it's actually stronger than this bullish move. So that's why I'm anticipating to see the DXY, retrace. I consider this a retracement. I'm just waiting to see a reversal for prices to start selling lower, right? But all that is a bias. You don't trade based off biases. You trade off structures, confirmations, right? So we are not really going to be looking for any trades on the US dollar as of today, because the bullish is very, very strong. I'll be waiting for reversal before I actually take a trade. So instead, we're just going to be looking for trades on the JPY, on the Japanese yen. So we're going to look at Japanese yen. Obviously, we're going to look at USD JPY, the first trade. This will act as a 4-hour confirmation, obviously. So right now, we should just be looking at the lower time frames for confirmations to swing with it all the way until down here. That 4-hour acts as our confirmation. So if we switch to the 1 hour, we can see prices already retracing, starting to kind of retrace, although the bears are still very, very strong. So we should just be waiting for kind of a retracement until prices maybe tap here before we actually see that continuation. Right? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Another JPY pair, obviously, Gbpjpy. Now, you remember since last week, I was telling you I don't like Gbpjpy the way it's forming, because it is in a bearish trend. JPY is bullish, meaning this has to be bearish, but prices were indicating that they're pushing higher. Now, you can see how this reversal acted. So if a person took a buy trade here, he would have been stopped out, period. So that's the importance of always incorporating indices in your trading, like the main indices, Japanese yen and the US dollar. It will give you the bigger picture of what's really going to happen in the bigger picture, rather than just taking a trade based off the structure formation here. Because most of the time, sometimes the liquidity providers just give out false breakouts to trap people and all that. So you want to avoid that as much as you can. So you can see how prices just pushed lower here, and they keep on pushing lower. The bearish structure is very strong right now. So we should be obviously anticipating to see a continuation on the bearish side. Where are we going to be looking for trades on the Japanese yen? Voila, some of them. So we should be waiting for kind of a retracement before we take that and hit this as our first target. Right? So that's what I'm looking for in this Gbpjpy. We got Eurjpy, obviously another JPY pair. Now prices obviously were started having this bearish trend, bounced off this trend line, pushed all the way on this descending minor trend line, and then got rejected with that crazy bearish momentum, and like it's insane. So this 4-hour will obviously act as our confirmation, very strong confirmation. What we'll be looking for right now is a retracement, probably on the structure or trend line, before we look for that continuation to swing with it all the way until down there. First targets were here. Obviously they've been tapped, but we didn't get a trade to take them. So we're just going to be looking for the second trade, which will be after this reversal, and then we take that trade, and hopefully we'll make some bucks, make some money out of it, right? Gbpjpy, today's candle obviously acts as the confirmation, so we'll be looking for continuation, swinging all the way until down here, which is the move that we're looking for. On the 4 hours, we can see the structure: highs, lows, lower high, lower low. We'll consider this high as the same high as this, although you can clearly see that the body closed lower than that, and then same low. So that means kinda in the same range. But obviously, if you look at the bigger picture, it's still in a downtrend. So we'll be looking for a retracement on this structure here before we actually look for that continuation, because obviously JPY kind of retraces right now. So we'll be looking for that retracement before we take a sell to swing with it all the way down here. Cadjpy, the last trade or the last JPY pair that we'll be focusing on this week. Currently prices are somewhere down here. Right? Main structure still bearish. We're looking to sell this thing until somewhere down here at about 90. So that's about 630 pips away. So we should be looking for kind of a retracement again until possibly somewhere here before we actually take that sell all the way down there. So that's Cadjpy, and that's what I'm anticipating for it to play out. If it doesn't give me that, I'll be looking for prices to give me this, retrace, and then sell. Right? Cool. So that's what I'm anticipating to see. Obviously, as I said, the US dollar pairs, we're not really going to be focusing on them. Rather, we're just going to be focusing on these JPY pairs, because the US dollar, we are bearish biased, and we want to see a reversal before you actually take the trade. So if you've watched so far until here, thank you for your time. Please do subscribe if you find value in this content. Hit that bell notification so that you'll be notified whenever we release content in the future, and please do share with a friend that you believe the video will be of help to them. With that being said, I appreciate you guys. Love you. Take it easy out there. Till next time, peace.